in the 9 First Warning Live Drive.
Thanks so much, Dan. Well, we may have to start shifting crews out to the west side of town here shortly, because here is where new snow is falling and it's slowly trying to melt out there because that road temperature is above freezing in a lot of spots, and then it eventually turns back over into ice. Here's the latest on radar. Snow now from Reading to just shy here of downtown. Not starting to see any big bursts here yet, but it'll come in shortly. Cheviot to Delhi, Cleves, Hebron, Burlington, now even getting into Florence and all the way back through Bellevue. Now this is heading due east. So Covington, Newport, even out down into the Independence area, you will start to see some of this snow shortly. But this region, especially north of the Ohio River, this is where you want to watch out for not only active snow, which could drop visibility, but those slick conditions and especially those elevated roads. That's where we would end up with those icy spots. And keep in mind here, 74 really didn't get much of the snow overnight, so this would be a new corridor of concern. And 71, 75, pretty much north of the Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway or south of that highway, this is all a region that did not get snow overnight but is going to shortly. So beyond all the issues that we've been covering to the north, up toward Union Center and back toward Monroe, that was the morning focus from about 2 to 3 a.m. Now we're going to see more of that shift coming in closer to the city, which is even more of a higher concern in that bigger traffic hub. But check out what's happening now on I-275 there in northern Kentucky, from really getting from the Petersburg exit over to Hebron, now to the airport, and guys, it's reaching I-71, 75, soon to make it to the Cut in the Hill. So what will happen is as the snow comes in, it starts as snow. You'll notice the road in some places looks wet, and then slowly it'll make that transition to ice. So just watch out, and especially on those elevated roads, that's where it's going to happen the most quickly. I've got a camera pulled up, actually, so this I almost thought I saw flashing lights. So here is the Carroll Cropper Bridge in the distance, and this is your eastbound traffic coming around that bend and heading east on I-275. And you can see snow on the sides, the very wet pavement. So that's from the snow that came through. It's already melting, and this has only been down for about the last, I'd say, 20 minutes at this time. So this has already melted, and it's going to switch back over to that ice. So you can see it out there, and this is what happens. You end up with that almost kind of invisible ice. We call it black ice on the bridges and overpasses, and that's where so many have lost traction this morning. This was the area of concern from overnight, north of the Ohio River, but now, as I mentioned, I-275, south of the river, heads up there, and even 71, 75 coming into the city. If you're not already on the road, get moving fast, because you're about to have some big issues in that area too. Upper 20s out the door this morning. We are looking at wind chills in the teens. The wind is not helping us either this morning. It's just allowing those exposed surfaces, the bridges and overpasses, to cool that much more quickly and to get that ice to set in. Highs today, we're getting back to the mid-30s. It's a cold forecast. Snow chances are mainly just in here over about the next 3 to 4 hours. And then we're setting up for another snow chance coming in this weekend. It happens Friday night into Saturday morning. So we're talking about, another 48 hours here. But as the snow comes in, it's an overnight chance and could once again give us about a ½ inch of snow, some more slick road conditions as that comes through, as so many of us sleep. And then we'll start to warm up a little bit toward the tail end of the weekend. So mid-30s today, low 40s on Friday. We're back to the upper 40s on Saturday, but it's such a brief window of warmer air there as we continue to get more cold air coming in yet again. I'll keep an eye on the radar, but again, heads up for northern Kentucky. You are about to end up with some snow and those quickly deteriorating road conditions.
Well, that explains the current conditions out there and obviously why it has been such a just horrible morning commute. So let's give you a little bit of a look at some of the problem spots that we are seeing all throughout the tri-state right now, thanks to our sky cams. And